Hi, I'm Jamie Dowswell from Sustainable Aviation Futures, here talking to some of the partners of this year's Congress in Amsterdam. And I'm delighted to be joined by Theye Veen, who's the Chief Commercial Officer and co-founder of SkyNRG. Theye, welcome. I'd like to kick right off into it and talk about your SAF strategy. What is SkyNRG's SAF strategy, and what are your production goals over the next 5 years?
It's a good question. I mean, we've been around for 15 years, and I think what we've done in the last 15 years was try to get the industry going and make sure that airlines and all people in the chain could get access to fuels. So our first flights were with airlines doing first test flights. So we've been instrumental in getting these first flights off the ground. So helping corporates, airlines to get these first fuels. In 15-16, we came to the realization that we need more capacity to produce sustainable aviation fuels, and so we're about to take FID in the Netherlands for our first HEFA plant that will become operational in 2028. So that's a real big step for us, and that's the main goal for this year, and to be operational in 2028.
A long journey, 15 years, and finally securing FID is really fantastic to hear. I mean, how are you going to reach these goals, and what's in the pipeline from a project perspective outside of what you just mentioned?
Yeah, so it's a combination of getting the right contract structures in place to make sure that you get funding. We have the funding in place. Long-term offtake contracts is a lot about today, also for SAF, because you need sort of the security that you can sell these fuels. So that's one of the things that you need to build facilities. Our pipeline. We have a project in Washington State in the US together with the Boeing company. So that's progressing. We're getting into FEED hopefully beginning of next year. And in the north of Sweden, we're also working on SAF together with one of the local utility companies.
Fantastic. I do want to talk a little bit more about that project in Washington State that you just mentioned. I mean, how do you see the market for SAF production in North America at the moment?
Well, the market for SAF at the moment is quite challenging. In all honesty, there's a lot of uncertainty. The HEFA pathway is, there's a lot of production and the demand is slow. So you see that in the pricing. So the producers at the moment have difficulties. But this is a long-term play, and that's what our partners and financiers also see. That this will need to happen, and maybe we will see some delays because of the government shift in the US, but there will be a need for energy security. You do see that all the policies that are in the US are basically based on Republican voters, so that doesn't scare us off, and so we will continue to progress, and we're on a good path.
Yeah, we have another Congress that takes place in Houston, and a lot of the community there are telling us the same thing. You know, they're in it for the long term, regardless of changes in government from year to year. So it's good to hear that you've got the same sentiment. Just looking back at this Congress, we're here, we're almost finished. It's the final day. It's been a long journey for quite a lot of people. How have you found the Congress, and what are some of the key takeaways that you've had?
Well, what I really appreciate, and I mentioned this before, is it's completely SAF focused. So the right people are here. It's not a sort of a broad fuel congress. It's just sustainable aviation fuel, and I think that makes it really strong because people want to be here because it's happening here, and that's what you also see in the social events. That people want to get together because this is about partnership. We're not at a moment that we can say, okay, we're competing, and we are competing. But in 5 years or 10 years time, we should be competing. Now we need to work together. You need to have the airlines, the banks, the developers. You need them all to work together. And I think that's what sort of the vibe is here. And I really appreciate the work that you've been doing. So I hope to get invited for Houston.
Thanks very much, Theye, for your perspectives and for your kind comments about the event. And we hope to see you again next year and perhaps in Houston as well. Thank you.